My friend, sometimes our health doesn't decline because of something dramatic, but because the blood vessels inside us slowly narrow over the years, like a small road quietly filling with dust, and we don't even notice. And then one day we start feeling tired more easily, a little dizzy, or our heart beats harder than it should, and we ask ourselves, what on earth is happening inside my body? I've seen so many patients in their 60 and 70-year-old walk into my office and tell me they just don't feel as strong as before. But when we look deeper, the problem isn't the heart itself. It's the blood vessels, tired, overworked, and struggling to carry the load. Yet there's something beautiful that I always want people to remember: the body can heal itself. Blood vessels can become cleaner. Circulation can grow stronger. And sometimes that healing begins with the simplest things, ordinary fruits you can find in any market or grocery store. I want you to imagine this. Every bite of fruit is like sending a fresh breeze through your aging blood vessels, sweeping away buildup, softening the vessel walls, and helping your blood flow more smoothly, more gently. In all my years of practice, I've watched countless patients improve their circulation simply by adding the right fruits to their daily meals. So today I want to walk you through 8 special fruits, natural gifts that can help your heart beat more gently, your vessels stay cleaner, and your body feel more alive day by day. Are you ready, my friend? Let's begin. Fruit 1: apples. The simple fruit that acts as a silent cleaner for your arteries. My friend, some fruits are so familiar that we forget how powerful they really are. Apples are one of those quiet miracles. An apple a day keeps the doctor away may sound like an old saying, but the longer I work in medicine, the more truth I find in it. I remember Daniel, 72, who often felt coldness and tingling in his legs when he walked. He told me, "James, I eat reasonably well. So why is my circulation so poor?" When we reviewed his diet, I noticed he rarely ate fruits rich in soluble fiber. So I asked him to start with something incredibly simple. 1 apple a day. Apples contain pectin, a soluble fiber that helps lower LDL, the bad cholesterol that slowly narrows arteries over the years. You can think of pectin as a soft broom, gently sweeping away the fatty deposits stuck along your artery walls. Apples are also rich in quercetin, a powerful antioxidant that reduces inflammation. And inflammation is the silent enemy of circulation. It stiffens vessels and steals their flexibility. 4 weeks later, Daniel returned with a wider smile than before. "James, my legs feel warmer. I never thought 1 apple could make such a difference." I told him, sometimes the body only needs the smallest things to begin healing. My friend, if you're looking for a fruit that's easy to eat, easy to find, and quietly supports your arteries every single day, start with an apple. Small, simple, but filled with the strength of steady, persistent healing. Fruit. Strawberries, I chose, the red gems that quietly purify your arteries. My friend, some fruits are so small that we overlook them. Yet inside them is a gentle strength your body desperately needs after 60. Strawberries are one of those gifts. Whenever I look at a strawberry, I feel like I'm looking at a tiny heart, red, soft, and quietly powerful. I remember Lorraine, 72, one of my patients who loved gardening but disliked eating fruit. She told me, "James, fruit just doesn't taste special to me." I smiled and handed her a strawberry. She tasted it, looked surprised, and said, "It's better than I expected." But how does this help my circulation? And I explained what I want to say to you as well. Strawberries are rich in anthocyanins, the same cleaning anti-inflammatory compounds found in cherries. They work like silent caretakers, sweeping away tiny arterial deposits that build up unnoticed but can cause real danger over the years. Strawberries also contain vitamin C, which keeps blood vessels flexible and prevents stiffening. Vitamin C supports the production of collagen, the structural cushion that keeps vessel walls strong and elastic. Without collagen, arteries become brittle and more vulnerable to pressure. Several weeks after adding strawberries to her routine, Lorraine returned for a checkup. She held my hand and said, "James, my legs feel less heavy. I walk easier. I don't know if it's the strawberries, but I feel lighter." And I believe her body truly felt the change. My friends, sometimes something as small as a strawberry can bring powerful support to your heart and circulation. Think of these red gems as a little gift you give yourself each day, tiny but meaningful. Fruit. Cherries, the shining red jewels that calm blood vessels and support circulation. My friend, nature sometimes gives us small gifts that carry tremendous healing power. Cherries, those glossy red little jewels, are one of them. I remember Lorraine again, 72, a lively woman who often felt heaviness in her legs and poor circulation. She once told me, "James, my legs don't want to listen to me anymore." So I asked, "Do you like cherries?" She laughed, "I do, but I didn't know they could help." What many people don't know is that cherries are extremely rich in anthocyanins, a powerful antioxidant that reduces inflammation inside artery walls. I often explain it this way. Imagine your arteries as a road. If the road is covered with dust and debris, traffic slows down. Anthocyanins are like the workers who clear that road and reopen the flow. Cherries also help lower uric acid, improve circulation, and support the heart's ability to pump blood efficiently. After a few weeks of adding cherries to her meals, Lorraine returned with a soft smile. "James, I won't say it's perfect, but my legs feel less heavy. It's real." I looked at her and said one simple sentence, the same one I want to say to you right now. Sometimes the first change doesn't happen in the body. It happens in the way we start caring about it. Cherries, small but powerful, can be a gentle first step in rebuilding cleaner, healthier blood vessels. Fruit 4. Purple grapes, the silent bodyguard protecting your arteries from within. My friend, let me tell you a little story about Lorraine, 72. Every afternoon on her walk, she carried a small handful of purple grapes in her coat pocket. I asked her why she chose that fruit. She smiled and said, "James, I don't know how to explain it, but whenever I eat grapes, my heart just feels lighter." And in a very beautiful way, she was right. Purple grapes contain resveratrol, a powerful compound scientists often call a shield for the blood vessels. Resveratrol helps reduce inflammation in the vessel walls, clears out small fatty deposits, and makes it easier for blood to flow. I like to compare it to a quiet bodyguard, removing little threats you can't see, but your body certainly feels. Purple grapes are also rich in anthocyanins, the pigments that give them that deep royal purple color. Those colors aren't just pretty to look at, they're part of the repair crew that helps your arteries stay flexible and strong. Many of my older patients have told me that after a few weeks of eating purple grapes regularly, they notice their hands and feet feel less cold, their head feels clearer, and their sleep becomes deeper and more restful. And I believe them because when circulation improves, the body knows how to heal itself. I want you to imagine this. Every little grape you put into your mouth is more than just sweetness. It's a gentle reminder that your blood vessels, which have been carrying you through life all these years, also deserve to be cared for. And sometimes that renewal begins with the smallest things, a simple handful of purple grapes each day. Fruit, pineapple, the natural road worker inside your blood vessels. My friend, whenever I think of pineapple, I remember a warm summer morning in Florida when one of my older patients, Raymond, 72, brought me a bright golden pineapple as a gift. He said, "James, I heard pineapple is good for circulation, but I don't really know how good it is." So I told him what I want to share with you today. Pineapple contains bromelain, a special enzyme that science describes as a natural road cleaner for your blood vessels. Bromelain helps reduce inflammation, gently thins the blood, and breaks down certain protein deposits that can build up along the vessel walls. In other words, it acts like a tiny worker, quietly sweeping away anything that slows your blood flow. I remember the look in Raymond's eyes as I explained it. He said, "So every piece of pineapple I eat, I'm actually helping my heart." I smiled. "That's right, and your body will thank you for it." Besides, bromelain, pineapple is rich in vitamin C, which strengthens vessel walls and helps keep them elastic and resilient with age. And beyond the science, pineapple carries a bright, sweet, tart flavor that lifts the spirit, as if it not only cleans the blood vessels, but also washes away some of the heaviness from the mind. My friend, if you're looking for a fruit that's both delicious and good for circulation, pineapple deserves a place on your table a few times a week. Not loud, not fancy, but quietly powerful in protecting the pathways your heart depends on every day. Fruit 6, pomegranate, tiny red jewels that awaken the flow inside your arteries. My friends, some fruits simply look like life itself. Pomegranates are one of them, with their clear red seeds like little shining gems glowing with warmth. Every time I see a pomegranate, I remember something my grandmother used to say: "Anything that's red is probably good for the heart." As a child, I didn't believe her. But the older I got and the more I practiced medicine, the more I realized how scientifically true that simple wisdom was. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, especially punicologan, one of the most powerful antioxidants nature gives us. It helps clear small plaques in the arteries, reduce inflammation, and improve the ability of blood vessels to widen when needed. In other words, it's like a road worker quietly helping blood flow more freely. I remember Daniel, 72, who had battled unstable blood pressure for years. He told me his daughter bought him a pomegranate juicer so he could stick around longer for the grandkids. At first, he only drank it to make her happy. But a few weeks later, he came to see me and said, "James, I don't know why, but I feel lighter. My head feels clearer." And I knew that was his body responding to the subtle changes in his circulation. What I love about pomegranates isn't just the nutrition, it's the feeling of hope they carry. Each tiny seed feels like a reminder that the body can recover bit by bit, cell by cell. My friend, if you want a fruit that's beautiful, tasty, and gently healing to your arteries, try a small bowl of pomegranate seeds or a glass of pomegranate juice once in a while. Sometimes the smallest things bring the biggest changes to your health journey. Fruit sub pears, the gentle friend that quietly cleans your arteries. My friend, some fruits don't show up on superfood lists, don't make headlines, and don't look particularly impressive, but they quietly take care of your body in a very refined way. Pears are exactly that kind of friend, gentle, soft, but surprisingly powerful at cleansing. I remember Judith, 72, who always carried a pear in her handbag when she came to her appointments. One day I asked, "Why do you love pears so much?" She smiled, her eyes kind. "James, pears make me feel clean on the inside." And interestingly, she was right. Pears are rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, the same type we talked about with apples. Pectin helps collect bad LDL cholesterol in the blood and escort it out of the body through the digestive system. It's like a quiet janitor in your bloodstream, cleaning away the things that slowly narrow your arteries over the years. Pears also contain a high amount of water, which helps keep the body hydrated, supports vessel elasticity, and makes circulation smoother and more efficient. I often tell my patients, a pear doesn't just quench your thirst, it helps your blood vessels breathe easier. What I love about pears is the peace they seem to carry with them. When you bite into a cool, crisp pear, it's as if your whole body slows down for a moment. And sometimes that slowing down is exactly what your heart and arteries need most. My friend, if you're looking for a gentle fruit that supports circulation in a quiet, steady way, let pears become part of your day. They don't scream for attention, but often the quietest things bring the most lasting change. Fruit 8, lemon, the clear, bright stream that wakes up tired blood vessels. My friends, sometimes what changes our health isn't a complicated superfood, but something small and simple that we've ignored in the corner of our kitchen. Lemon is one of those things. I remember Peter, 72, a reserved man who always carried a quiet worry about his heart. He told me, "James, I take all my medications, but sometimes I still feel heavy, like my blood just isn't flowing the way it should." I asked if he ever drank warm lemon water in the morning. He chuckled. I thought that was just something younger people do for their skin. But lemons, with their high vitamin C content, strong antioxidants, and ability to help neutralize toxins, are one of the most natural artery cleansers I've seen in my clinical practice. Vitamin C helps improve the elasticity of blood vessels, reduce plaque buildup, and support collagen production, the very substance that keeps our arteries from becoming brittle with age. I suggested a very small habit for Peter: 1 glass of warm water with a few drops of lemon every morning. No sugar, no fuss, just a gentle connection between his body and nature. 6 weeks later, when he came back, I noticed a new brightness in his eyes. He said, "James, I don't know exactly why, but I feel so much lighter. It's like the blood in my body finally started moving freely again." And I believe that was real. Our bodies always respond when we give them pure, wholesome things, even the smallest ones. Lemon doesn't just help clean your arteries. It wakes up your body, clears your mind, and reminds you that healing often comes from the simplest things. My friend, each fruit we've talked about today isn't just something tasty on your plate. It's a tiny piece of a much bigger picture, a quiet partner in caring for your heart and the blood vessels that carry you through every day of your life. From the deep red of pomegranates to the tiny power of blueberries, to the golds, greens, and purples of other fruits, each one carries its own story, its own role, its own silent support for your health. I have walked alongside many patients in their 60, 70, even 80-year-old, and I've learned one thing very clearly. The human body is far more miraculous than we give it credit for. Give it the right conditions, the right foods, the right kindness, and it will respond with quiet, hopeful changes. If today there is even one fruit you feel inspired to add to your meals, that's already a beautiful beginning. If you now understand a little better how fruit can protect your arteries, that is already a step forward. And if in this moment you feel a little less alone on this journey, then I believe this video has done what it was meant to do. Keep taking care of your heart, my friend, because that heart of yours still has so many places it wants to take you.